Hey guys, first regardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a brand new heroic Instigator Bolt Carbine build for the Vanguard class in patch 11.0 on the PTS. Now, the new heroic Instigator Bolt Carbine has a 5-round burst mechanic. This is called higher rate burst, fire rounds and higher rate burst. Now, it may not seem that good initially, but this one has a firepower of 10 plus, which is like 2 over pretty much all the other accuracy and ammo capacity versions, and like a little plus over the standard firepower variant. Now, this one can actually put out a stupid amount of damage. It may not have the 1.8 times headshot multiplier of the accuracy variant, but still very strong, a very good close range weapon. I think this one is actually better overall for the Vanguard than the accuracy one is currently. On Sniper, I still think this one is the best, but the Vanguard really does benefit from having a huge burst fire tool, especially with like his close range damage buffs. And for the perk tree here, you just want to build ammo on him, because things like extend magazine, the perk here, reloaded restoration, they help a lot with your ammo capacity on this thing, because unfortunately the Vanguard does struggle with ammo economy in Space Marine 2 quite a bit as opposed to the Sniper class. If you're playing on Sniper, you probably could get away with like full headshot perks here thanks to versatile precision, but on Vanguard I really would take things like Divine Might and the increased capacity here. Now, perks here like Great Might and Hone Precision help you a ton. Now, Hone Precision especially gives you a 50% reduced maximum spread while you were firing out of hip fire. And hip fire with the Vanguard, since you go into like a grapnel and immediately go into their face, is very useful. I actually like this perk quite a bit. And honestly, there aren't a ton of perk options to build into down here, so really you're either be picking this one up, or the perk over here, Perpetual Penetration, or the perk here, Fast Reload. So that is up to you. I just find this one to be the most valuable. Next perk up here, Recoupment, killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot. This weapon restores an armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is quite strong on every single bolt weapon in the game. Way back when, they did put this one on every single bolt rifle except for the heavy bolt rifle, or excuse me, the heavy bolter, so it's a very strong option. Armor restore while drip fed to you in Space Marine 2 can help you a ton, and we do have the perk over here, Conviction, which is when your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. You can really cycle back into this perk over and over, so that's a very strong option for us, and that's why I do like this perk on pretty much every bolt weapon ever. Next perk here is Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage, non-headshot damage it decreases by 10%. Unfortunately, in Space Marine 2, every single bolt weapon is super headshot dependent. Body shots do basically nothing. So taking this perk is just the most mandatory aspect, in my opinion, because headshot damage, it's really all that matters in this game, so kind of a no-brainer. Next perk here is Headhunter for more headshot damage for the reasons I mentioned before, and the final perk here is Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession will restore your health by 10%. This perk is very strong, especially if you're going to be running a non-healing build on the Vanguard like I am today, because I will be taking Inner Fire and Tactical Prowess rather than things like Adrenaline Rush. Though if you do take these perks, it's still quite strong, because there are times where you haven't like properly killed a Majora's yet, or like an Extremis with Unmatched Heal, so still pretty good for us, but a little bit less strong there. Now, for the secondary weapon, I do take a heavy bolt pistol. The heavy bolt pistol has the highest single target gun strike damage in the entire game. Now, unfortunately, the heroic heavy bolt pistol sucks ass, even though it looks the coolest. It has a terrible magazine and ammo reserve capacity, and the heroic perk effect is just trash, so I really wouldn't use this at all yet. Hopefully, in the official patch 11, it is buffed, but for now, I think the ammo reserve option is just the overall strongest, because this one has a great ammo economy. It's a little inaccurate at times compared to the accuracy version, but still super worth taking. And for the perk tree, I would go all the way down the bottom tree here to pick up perks like Able Damage at the end here, because first of all, Death Strike reads after killing a Majora's level or higher enemy in melee combat, you deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This perk will trigger off an execute, so even more valuable than it initially seems, and we're a melee hybrid class, so Vanguard will be doing this all the time. Next perk here is Great Might, moving into the Strong Start perk, and the most important perk here is Able Damage. After using a class ability, damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. You are a Vanguard, so using your grapnel happens all the time, and recently they did buff the grapnel damage to scale off of difficulty, and now does a stupid amount of damage, so you can really pick up a free execute off of any grapnel you do at times, especially if you get like a little bit of a damage bonus off of this and headshot the guy immediately after, so great synergy there. And the final perks I grab are Home Precision, Gunstrike Reload, and Tactical Precision once again, because once again, the headshot damage is just the most important part of any bolt weapon. That includes pistols. Now, for the melee weapon, I did pick up a block knife this time and try something a little bit different, but to be honest, guys, all of the block melee weapons are really good now for Vanguard. Block Power Axe now has access to Power Stance, I would build this one all the way down the bottom tree. This might be like a competitor for the Chainsword currently, because it has a ton of utility with the Power Stance and Power Wave block charge damage. It really can like one combo guys quite easily. Block Chainsword is still incredible for things like Swift Recovery, and really any Chainsword is good on Vanguard because things like the fencing version has such a high attack speed that you can really get all this extra CHP off of this perk. And for the block knife, I would just set it up this way because perks like Shadow Stab and Shoulder Bash are just the best on this. And overall, this weapon is mostly a heavy attack weapon, so the top tree with things like Combined Onslaught are just not very good right now until they buff light attack damage on these weapons, which is kind of unfortunate, but like hopefully one day they fix that because light combos really deserve some love in this game, and that would make some of the other options for the block axe feel a lot better. But this thing is still very strong, and to be honest, you can't really go wrong with any of the weapon options on the Vanguard currently. Now, for the perk tree, I do pick up the perk Upper Hand first. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you will not lose control from heavy hits, and you can't be knocked back for 10 seconds. No knockback is just super strong in Space Marine 2. Without this, you will get stun locked at times. Now, recently in patch 11 on the PTS, it did buff up the perk here, moving target, to now have killing an enemy from a distance more than 30 meters restores your ability to charge by 5%. This is really strong. I do wish this was just like a range kill gives you back 5% ability charge, because that would be a lot better, because giving up no knockback in this game is pretty much never worth it, especially on the melee class. So Upper Hand, I still think is best in slot here, but if you want to take this, you definitely could. Next perk here is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This perk is amazing on every single class it is on. Conviction is simply a top tier perk in Space Marine 2. Damage reduction will allow you to survive things that would otherwise nuke your HP while stun locked. And the perk up here, Close Combat Focus, for a 20% range damage reduction is not bad either, but now that we have Chaos Spawn in the patch 9.0 plus, you really don't need range damage reduction as much as like straight health damage reduction anymore. It's still very useful, just not quite as good as this. And the perk up here, Duelist, really doesn't help you a ton either once you actually know how to parry. Now, next perk here is a little bit of a rework, Retribution. When your ranged weapons magazine is empty, melee damage increases by 20%. This is basically the perk effect of the Inferno pistol, but works for your primary and secondary. It's like a class perk. This is quite strong. You do feel the damage buff a bit. I do still think Consecutive Execution is the best perk in this tree because 90-second melt bombs are OP. But you know, if you want to pick up this one or even hone reactions, you definitely can. These are all quite strong at the moment. Next perk here is Inner Fire. All squad members can restore ability charge by 15% when they perform a finisher on Majoris level or higher enemies. Now, this perk actually functions on any Majoris or higher kill, not just finishers. So getting 15% ability charge back is quite easy with this. And recently now, with the newly buffed grapnel damage, getting more grapnels is super strong in this game because you can straight up one-shot guys, and when I say guys, I mean Majoris level enemies, with your grapnel launcher at times. Super strong, so Inner Fire stocks are way up. Next perk here is Collateral Damage. Diving Kick deals 50% more damage and additionally damages enemies on the way to the grapnel launcher's target. This combined with the next perk over here, Tenacity, after a range kill of Majoris level or higher enemies, Diving Kick damage increases by 130, cooldown is 15 seconds. You can just one-shot dudes. You can even do like a chunk of HP on Neurothropes and Carnifex bosses. Really fun perk combo, and it's kind of cool that the Vanguard finally has a new build option besides just like taking Zone of Impact and Tactical Prowess or the Tip of the Spear perk, because this one was pretty boring. This one is really fun, and this one is still one of the strongest perks in the game, but you don't have to take it anymore. Next perk here is Combat Readiness. Grapnel Launcher recharges 20% faster. Like I said before, more grapnels now are more valuable than ever because the diving kick damage is so damn high. So Combat Readiness, a very strong option, though I will say, if you want to take the perk up here, Thrill of the Fight, which is after a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds. This one is still super good because this comes out to like a 45% health damage reduction when combined with Conviction here, but still, Combat Readiness is just super fun. And the final perk I grab here is Tactical Prowess. When your grapnel launcher finishes an enemy below 33% HP, Grapnel Launcher can activate a finisher not only on incapacitated enemies, but also on those who have less than 33% health except for Terminus level, and performing a finisher with the Grapnel Launcher restores its charge. This perk is still super valuable because it's basically an HP damage nuke attached to your grapnel at any time, and you have so many grapnels with this build that you can really just execute for guys for free, even though you won't get like that damage buff off of things like the diving kick here. It doesn't really matter if you're instantly killing them, you get like a free grapnel back. But I will say, if you want to take the perk down here, Adrenaline Rush, instead, you can definitely get away with that because these days your diving kick does so much damage that you don't really need the 33% execute anymore if you want to build around this, but that is up to you. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, it's pretty much the same here. Battlefield awareness for 10% more damage at close range. 10% damage buff isn't like the most amazing thing ever, but this class is like point blank all the time. This does help a ton with the DPS output of your Instigator Bolt Carbine. Next perk here is Fortitude for a health increase of 15%, pretty self-explanatory. And then these two perks here, Launch Restoration and Restoration, are just free armor restore. This one especially says using the grapnel launcher restores an armor segment. Since you have so many grapnels on this build, you get so much free armor off of this perk. This is one of the best perks in the game already for the Vanguard, just because when you go in on a guy, you want to be able to shoot them and not worry about your HP that much. And this one can help you do that by mitigating the damage immediately upon entry, on top of the fact it will very easily trigger your perk conviction when you get that armor broken. So a really strong synergy there, and that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Instigator Bolt Carbine Heroic version is quite strong, deceptively good in my opinion. I haven't tried it too much on the Sniper class yet, but on Vanguard it feels really good. It also looks quite cool with all the outfit choices, even though I picked a Salamander here, which to be honest is probably the lamest combination for this weapon's aesthetic in the entire game currently, but this weapon is strong. It is pretty damn good. I actually prefer this one over the Oculus currently, and maybe even the Bolt Carbine, but pretty fun gun, not too ammo inefficient, and does a lot of work for you. And hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Bye.
Behold the might of the Imperial Navy. This ordinance will be lost in the ship. What needs grappling? Magazine out, magazine in. Tether unbound.
The drip one.
Lead hook available. Into the fray. Some more. Reloading. Tether unbound. Just set. The scene of down. Magazine out, magazine in. One down, trillions to go. What needs grappling? Arming up. Closing the gap.
What does that damage do?
Finish and ready. Book available. Into the more of death. Magazine out, magazine in. Move hope and load rebel launcher set.
One HP in a dream. That's unlocked. It was brutal. Ice Rock, I think, with a tier 2 sub 3 months in advance. Ice Rock. That was pretty rude. I'll say the initial tragedy there was when we had our we got Gunstrike. We had a Gunstrike trigger on the Carnifex, or we had a Gunstrike trigger on the Ravener while the Carnifex is charging us, and we can't hit fire or gun during that. They're linked. Very close. I should have left that spot in there. That was a good idea to stay around.
That is all. Did the enemy run out of weapons?
That's conviction for you, though.
Decimus, if you observe the rights
Yeah, getting
of reverence with half the
Ravener.
devotion you wield to change, you would be an
Temper of our gather.
reciting lengthy liturgies is no substitute for killing Xenos. And yet, I find that
Are those both the new upcoming relic guns? Heroic ones, you mean? No, it's only this one is. Only the Instigator Bolt Carbine is. Wow. Bot W. Right over here. Ooh, ammo. I know it spawned over here. I can't wait till the actual boss is in this op. That'll be nice. Royal Carbine feels a bit too ammo thirsty on Vanguard. I think it's fine. I think it's bad at all.
Squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the ordnance depot. Calculating a new route based on your report.
So if you don't like Stremma skill, not taking inner fire.
Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's
You get a lot more
crew
damage at your diving picks now.
protocols.
And the next box we find is going to be a stim anyways. I think Unmatched Zeal's really good. It's kind of boring to play with.
Talassa, commune with the main console in front of you to
Backpack me.
bypass the security protocols.
Securing the main console. Memorize these symbols and activate the consoles that bear them. Projector spent.
Are you running the new grapple damage perk? Sure am.
Swapping out magazine.
Two diving kicks and like one burst is all it takes. That's pretty great. Fight motion.
Just means more to come.
That carbine looks fun. The ammo-ish aside, I think you need perks to reduce recoil of spread. It would be nice to have perks to reduce recoil of spread, but I mean it's supposed to be a close range weapon anyways. Look how fast it goes. Pretty good.
What needs grappling?
EKE.
One router back online. The console displays the size of the depowered components.
Arming up.
That should kill him.
Disappointing.
Here's K. E might be up there.
Yes, that is right.
Or not.
Cracking their armor. Into the more.
Pretty sure my grapple got eaten there for no reason. That's okay.
Rebel launcher set. Into the fray. Glad to have that side button out of my
Look at that diving kick damage. Holy shit. This is a removal device for a Majoris.
Leave it be. One down. Trillions to go. Finish that. What's available?
They forgot that all Marines carry combat knives. I mean, you bought some class loadout variety here. Here's the final one, just in the last find I checked.
That was the last one.
I think class identity is important, but I do feel like combat knives should be fine on those. If the heavy only had one. I wonder how the heavy would feel with a
We
combat
must
knife.
proceed towards the plasma reactors at once.
Probably give him new animations.
Platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
We descend to bring light to the darkness.
Attention boarding parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talassa, you are nearing the reactor.
Here is the most obnoxious part coming up. Heavy should get combat knife, he gets a heavy bolt rifle. That's actually not a bad idea from Prism. Heavy bolt rifle needs love on the heavy. Waiting for a firstborn conversion of the ops mode.
Cooling hole looks like a Xenos hive. Smells
Just need a
like
shotgun
one,
for
too.
sniper. An actual shotgun would be cool. I like the multi rifle.
Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talassa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency flash shields. Emergency blast shields retracting. Warning. Coolant rods exposed. Talassa, I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Target the vulnerable cooling rods.
Do you think the PTS buff will make the heavy bolt rifle a little more meta, or maybe not? I think like a 13% base damage buff. It's not bad. I haven't played around with it yet, though. We'll see. That's rude.
There is a
Magazine out. Magazine in. Shatter the exposed rods. Closing the gap. Shoot that down, sword. Arming up.
I hate when electors decide to not go for you when you're the
Take what you have.
beat on your boss instead. Take forever to kill.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Obliterate the speculous Xenos.
I have a clear shot at the next coolant rod.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the second array. Access granted to the bridge console.
Tyranid came to make a living. Smoking out Nazi. Your aim cultivation.
I was quite the AoE there. They're all falling perfectly for that.
The second array awaits us.
How that diving kick damage is kind of nuts. My favorite gun IRL is the P90. I like how the SMG feels more like that. So the P90, the gun's so exquisite. It made its they made their own ammunition type for it, 5.7. I'm pretty sure it's only in the FN P90 and the 5.7 pistol, handgun I should say. Those French and their fancy ammunition. Pretty sure P90 is French. Dude, this guy is actually annoying as fuck.
Do not be gentle. Unleash your wrath.
Belgian? Is it Belgian? Not French. What's the French gun company? I forget.
Stay dead, fucking.
Not France. The other one. Sanctified Rat, that's a neat pickup. And the weirdest magazines, yeah, top load. It has one of the strangest loading systems of any gun. The SMG anyways. 5.7 is pretty normal handgun. You know, that's why they used them in the P90s were very famous in Stargate SG-1. Because the director and studio really wanted to have some like futuristic looking gun. And the P90 looked like straight out of sci-fi.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Aim at the damaged section.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Finished and ready. Releasing fragment.
Is it not a pretty terrible gun in reality though? I don't think they're bad. I don't know.
Ordnance on me. Reloading.
FMP9, the FAMAS. Oh, was it FAMAS French? That would sound very French. Yeah, FN's Belgian. Who used the P90? Somebody used them.
Tether unbound. I am a phantom. Deploying shrapnel grenade. Closing the gap.
I think I would just shoot this one.
I love it when vermin dig their own graves. No rods remain active.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation.
One lead gravity.
Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
Dude, all these snipers. This map loves sending snipers at you.
Never know what.
It is nice to be able to diving kick him and like instantly kill him.
Book available. Reloading.
Like this.
Disappointed. What is the holdup?
There's gonna be ammo up there, I don't care. Or there's gonna be ammo right here.
Smoking out magazine.
Maybe ammo here. Oh, medicine. Okay. All those things are good, just not what I wanted.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heraton? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
No Heraton, but these halls have seen battle.
Understood. Be advised, we remain under heavy Tyranid assault.
Heat from the plasma reactors will roast them in their foul carapaces.
This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not bring the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Grant the Xenos there's no quarter.
Rebel rotor set. One down. Trillions to go. What needs grappling?
Quite the tunnel. The whip ward is gonna be really annoying. If you guys done an impact, that's where it performed better there. But the massive damage buff on the diving kick is still pretty good. It might be a little redundant at times, because like having a 15-second cooldown on that versus going to impact having no cooldown. But they felt that. One of them did at least. Here, kill this too. Bam. Ravener will remember that. And this.
What needs grappling? Into the fray! Magazine out, magazine in.
Hey, FTG, what build are you using? This is the new grapnel diving kick build. Actually pretty good.
Fresh munitions.
The only perk I'm a little bit like maybe needs reduced cooldown would be the 130 damage increase on the diving kick. It's like in a world of heroic bolt sniper, like we don't need. There are too many cooldowns in this game at times. Any abilities, I feel.
Stay dead, fuck it. Arming up. Shut them up. Ordering more.
we go. What class feel your best with? I have no clue. I don't think the classes are all that different. I mean, they are different in the game. No, I mean, like, Bulwark's just OP, but as far as, like, major skill casts between classes, I think they're bad at. I feel like the skill expression is not very high for a lot of things in this game. It's between classes. In theory, Bulwark's animation cancels are up there. So nothing in the game actually requires you to do that. That's really this question that I have no idea.
Smoking out magazine. Use your mind for more of some warrior. Sack of cycling everywhere. Finished and ready. Never unbound. Toxins. Tyrannids.
A tiny ass little hallway here. Bulwark animation cancels only good if you use them. I mean, that's true. It's just Bulwark doesn't need his animation cancels to be OP. But in theory, you do have a very high skill cap used perfectly. There's nothing in the game that necessarily justifies them. There's nothing in the base game. Grapnels do a lot of damage.
Book available.
Color that. Heroic Bolt Pistol is a better perk, it definitely does. Quite disappointing how bad that actually is.
How is it you always manage
Right, that
to
is probably
charge
the
in right
mission
when I
there,
throw
I'm
you
pretty
beat?
sure.
I get the feed directly from
Just about. Oh, actually, there's one more portion. This map is long. I almost forgot how fucking long this thing is. Vortex and this one always have like one more area than I expect. Just that grapnel one shot on the enraged guy.
one down. 3 years to go.
The Tyranids
Yeah.
tore through these servitors like they were paper.
Very
Access
goddamn long.
granted.
Come out, traitor Xenos.
fact that it doesn't spend your adrenaline rush charges too is great.
Replenish and ready.
Another rage one, I can't even get up there. Matter, I guess.
Your marksmanship leaves something to be desired.
They buffed the heroic pain swords like they buffed the heavy bolt pistol as well. Heavy bolt pistols use a new perk effect. Like anything with reinforcements in this game, I don't know what game they're playing. I think that's like a good perk effect. But it's not Space Marine 2.
Considering my aims, you were also testing the strength of your spine.
Oh. I gotta open the door to the cutscene. Hold on.
Two primes sighted.
And that is the Instigator Bolt Carbine heroic weapon. Pretty good. Diving kick does a lot of damage now, guys. Pretty intense. Chaos teleport a lot, it makes sniping annoying. Sometimes. I still think the bolt sniper is pretty good against maybe before Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn do now have a headshot multiplier though. So you could take builds like this to that. That's a new map I've been playing a ton of. Can't wait for that Moss fight.